Today I review one of the most controversial pieces that Prime 1 has ever done, the Heath Ledger 1/3 scale Dark Knight Joker. That's up next. Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris. I'm a Batman statue collector, and on this channel we do high-end statue collecting reviews, unboxing, statue chats, and so much more. I do apologize for my voice. I have been under the weather, but that was not going to stop me from reviewing this incredible piece from Prime 1 Studio. Now this piece though is not without controversy. Always, guys, we have bad photos that come out. I was very skeptical myself. I even canceled almost 3 or 4 times. But I kept telling myself, you know what? Get it, review it, see it in hand, see what you think. I have it in hand. It is really amazing. I love this thing. It is really impressive. And it looks so much better in person than it does on camera. And you have my BSC guarantee on that. I am in love with this thing. I am so glad I did not cancel it. I am so glad that I kept my pre-order. I am so incredibly glad that it is here in the Batcave in hand, and it is my favorite character. And I am so glad that I went ahead and got it because, again, initial photos, guys, are always bad. We have to be patient. We have to see these things in hand or wait for reviews, and hopefully this review will show you at least a little bit more detail about how good this statue is. I, of course, am going to give you a 360 spin. I'm going to show you all of the details and everything that goes with this piece. This piece, though, expensive. I'm going to be honest right off the bat here, guys. So I paid $230 in shipping. I got hit with a $219 import fee because I did the quick shipping from Prime 1. So, that, all in, it's over a $2,000 statue. That's a lot of money. Is it worth $2,000? That is the question that we're going to be asking ourselves today. But I can tell you right now, regardless of the cost, I still love this statue. I think it is absolutely fantastic. Is it dumbed down from the prototype? That is the question I know you're going to be asking me. Yes, but not much. But not much, guys. We knew going in, prototypes are hand-painted by one individual, and they are the most talented painters that they have. So to think that somebody in a factory is going to duplicate that for thousands of statues, that's a lot of hard work. That's a big task to ask. So I knew going in that this was not going to be perfect. But in hand, guys, it looks phenomenal. Now the camera doesn't capture it perfectly. It looks better to the naked eye. The paint applications here are very impressive. Again, is it the prototype quality? Not quite. But I still think it is worthy to have in your collection. Okay? So without further ado, I want to show you some close-up details, and I also want to show you, of course, my full review. Let's do it. Up next. Alright guys, so let's start out with the gas can, and again this is very solid here, nice polystone. I think that looks really great. There's 2 different ones, but obviously you can see that they have some kind of like the rust patina here on it. I do feel like the prototype looked a little bit better in terms of paint, but again it's just a gas can. It's it is, but it's very solid. It's very heavy as well, so I think that's really cool that they that they did these to add to the base. And again, you can have them on the base or not. It's really up to you. Next up, I wanted to show you the store exclusive, and this is really cool. Now, this is the Bozo Mask. This is what he wore in the bank robbery scene, and this is very difficult to get right. There's so many companies that have made like life-size ones of these and other things, and they get them wrong. It just doesn't look quite right, but this looks very screen accurate to me. I've studied this mask quite a bit, and I think it's really good. Is it an EX or fail on this? No. But I do appreciate having it. It could have maybe been a little bit more authentic with the strap going across the back or something, but I just think this is a great proximity thing to add to the base or add in that little cove. But again, I think the paint looks really good, and I'm really impressed overall with the likeness. I think it's very accurate to the screen, so that is really cool. Okay, then you also, of course, have all of the money, and the money is really cool. Now, there's stacks and stacks, and it's all actually printed. It's not just like the top and bottom. I thought maybe just the top and bottom would be printed, but they're all printed. It's a little, a nice cardstock here, and obviously you can see that it's got the Jokerized dollar bills, which looks really cool. And then there's also some stacks, like at least one stack, that's the burnt money. So again, you know, that is really nice to add to the top of the base as well. So again, there's you know, obviously there's a very famous scene with all that money exploding or burning at the end, but I just think it's really cool that they added some burnt money as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this head sculpt. Now, I do have a light shining on it, so it's going to appear shinier than it actually is. And that's been one of the problems with this piece, is a lot of times photographs, you know, it does have a shine to it, but again, to the naked eye, it's not shiny because of extra light being shown on it. But it does give you kind of an idea of what the sculpt looks like here. Obviously, one great feature about it is the hair. Now, this is a plastic material, but they did add real hair into it. So it does look really stringy. It looks really, really impressive. I really, really like what they've done here, and I think they just did a really fantastic job, and it just looks very realistic in person. Let's look at the close-up of the mouth here. Let's see, hopefully that's in focus. But again, it does appear shiny because I do have a light shining on it. But again, the paint application here does look really good to me. You can see the flesh underneath. You can see the flesh underneath there as well. And I think that looks really good in photographs. Sometimes you could just see the area right there, but you could see the lines, which look good. So I just think it looks really awesome. And again, I love that real hair element. I think this is like one of the best sculpted hairs I've ever seen. I think the likeness is there. Also, there's this little knob here. So I do want to show you, so you can change the eyes. So see that? It's pretty creepy. Yeah. Pretty creepy, right? But you can go straight or crooked. I kind of like it looking off to the side. But again, once I get this light off of it, you're going to appreciate it even more, guys. But I did want you to see just kind of the paint apps and how it looks. But again, in person, I'm really impressed with the paint. It's detailed, it's layered, and again, it does look overly shiny with a bright light shining on it, but when you see it to the naked eye, it doesn't. Alright guys, so here he is all set up on the table, and just look at how cool this looks. And I have to tell you again that he looks so much better in person than he does here on camera. But I can't wait to share my thoughts and opinions on this full statue again from Prime 1 Studio. Man, this thing is something, I tell you. So let's go ahead and look at the base. Obviously, you have some great metal areas. Of course, this is fully sculpted, but it does make it look like metal. It's got those metal girders, which looks really cool. And then obviously you have the broken concrete as well. But what really is the star here is the front. Obviously you have these great areas of rebar sticking out, and it adds a lot of visual interest and storytelling elements, in my opinion. And then of course you also have this cove down here. Now there are two LED lights. Those are magnetized. And if you want to turn them off and on, all you have to do is click the button there, and they'll each turn off. You can also stuff the bottom with money or the mask, you know, whatever you kind of want to do. But if you want to see inside, basically it's just this little cove. You can kind of stuff whatever you want in there, or you can just leave it empty. It's really up to you. But I think a lot of people are putting the mask, again, that was a store exclusive, really, really cool. So obviously, again, you have the great pieces of concrete that are broken. Then over here, it's really kind of neat. You have this kind of this shiny glass inside, and then on the back side, you have that same glass effect with the Why So Serious and the cracked glass. And to me, that kind of, you know, shows off that jail scene when his head smashes against the glass. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that's just kind of what it looks like to me. And then, of course, you also have that exposed rebar there on the side as well. And it does, if you notice, it looks like the Dark Knight bat emblem, which is really, really cool. Again, a really nice Easter egg touch there. I don't know if everybody's noticed it, but it looks really cool. Obviously, you have the broken concrete again, and it just looks really fantastic. You also have all of the money. Now, all of this money you can take apart. You can take apart the money and spread it all over if you want, or you can stack them up. Again, it's every base is going to look different because of how people customize them. There is one package here that does feature some burned money. So again, if you want to kind of put the burned money on the top, sprinkle it out over. You also have some bills like this with the great, you know, George Washington kind of blurred out like they did the Jokerized. which is what they did in the movie, and some of the giveaway items. But I really like the burned ones because you can just, sprinkle them all over, and that's exactly what I'll do when I have some more time. But anyway, you also have the gas can. Now this gas can here is open, so it could be pouring out gas. And then you also have the other gas can. Now again, these completely can come off. I do feel like the paint on these are okay. They look like military grade gas cans, but I think the prototype, the paint on the sides, like the weathering look, I think it looked a little bit better in the prototype. But again, I'm not going to nitpick on that too much. These are heavy. These are solid polystone. So again, I'm very impressed with that overall. And it does come with 2 of them. So that's neat. All right, so let's go ahead and start looking at the Joker himself. All right, let's go make sure I got some good light for you guys here. So the shoes, I feel like, are very screen accurate. I think they did a really good job with that. Obviously, they even have the socks underneath, which is really nice right there. Again, a little dark for you guys. I apologize. Let me see if I can get that a little bit better. There we go. Even the shoestrings, which is nice. But again, those are hidden. I think that they did a really nice job on the colors here of the pants. As you can see, it's got, again, a really nice cut and sew element. I think they did a really nice job. I think the cut and sew, having owned the half scale, I think the cut and sew is even better on this one than the half scale. I think it's very screen accurate. The prototype, they had a brighter color pants, and I didn't really like the way that looked in the prototype, so I think that these pants actually are an improvement over the prototype, in my opinion. Okay, you also have great sculpt here on the hands. I know some people were really worried that the stitching effect was gone because of the bad photos, but I can guarantee you guys it's here. This is one of the swap outs with the knife. Again, the knife can come out of his hand if you so choose. And let me show you the other hand while we're at it. So again, you can see that stitching effect. Looks really good. And you do have that one playing card that it came with. I wish it had come with more playing cards, but it is what it is. You can print those or whatever, but I think it looks really good. So the hands both look really great. Obviously, you have some great detail here with the grenades. These are a little tricky. I don't even think I have them all in right, but there's loops and there's all the pins. So I mean, it's very accurate to the movie with the stitches and everything else. I think they did a really nice job. But again, you can kind of display those however you want. You can have the coat really open, or you can kind of tuck it away too if you would rather have it that way where you just kind of barely see them. Again, it's up to you how you want to pose that. Again, I really feel like the cut and sew elements here are very, very nice. I feel like, again, the stitching, I complained about the J&D piece with the giant stitches along the coat, and I feel like this is more screen accurate. The only thing that they don't have on this is any weathering. There's no, there's all kind of that whitish, weathering in the movie along the edges, and they don't have that here. So that is just one little nitpick I have. Again, this coat is very nice. It's that very movie accurate, that kind of that plushy material. So I'm very impressed with that overall. Let's look at the inner suit coat. I feel it's very accurate to the movie. It's very thin, which is what I like. I think it's, again, better than the half scale was. You obviously have that great interior orangey color. Again, screen accurate, very, very well done, very well tailored. You also have the great suit vest here with the missing button, which is also great. So just like the movie, I feel like this right here, the tie is more screen accurate than the Queen Studios piece I have, and I feel like the shirt is very, very well done. This is hard to replicate because it was kind of this purpley blue in the movie, and I feel like Prime One did a really, really good job with that here. So I'm very, very impressed. I also want to show you kind of this angle here because a lot of people were freaking out about the angle of his shoulders. Like they thought his shoulders were not as broad as they were in the prototype. I'm here to tell you that it looks very, very good in person. And again, the camera here, unfortunately, just isn't capturing it as good as it really is. So if you guys think it looks really good here, I'm here to tell you it's better in person, okay? Especially the paint apps. The paint apps look a lot better in person than they do here on camera. Camera kind of washes it out a little bit. But anyway, so this face sculpt I think is incredible. I know not everybody loves it. I know it's not everybody's thing with the smile. I have ordered the bust as well, and so I'm very excited about that. I am thinking it'll be even better, quite frankly. Sorry, I just knocked the card. I think it'll even be better than this portrait, although I really like this one. I also really like that you can move the eyes like I showed you earlier. I think that is really cool. And one thing that I think is just phenomenal with this piece is the hair, okay? So this hair, guys, I'm here to tell you, it looks so good in person. It is obviously a plasticky material. I mean, it's, you know, it's definitely plastic, which is what Blitzway does. But it's layered plastic, as you can see. But they used real hair, like they used real strands of hair inside of this. So depending on, you know, where your angle is, it looks like real hair. I mean, look how great that is. It's just really well done. I think it's one of the best hair sculpts I've ever seen from anybody. And again, the paint is it prototype quality? I don't think so. But I think it's close, guys. We knew going in that this was not going to be perfect. You know, but I really do think that in person, it's just way, way better than it appears on camera. For whatever reason, it just doesn't capture the subtleties of the makeup. Like I've seen a lot of photos where all you see is just like one area of cream, you know, that skin color underneath the makeup. But here, I mean, you could hopefully you guys can see that there's multiple layers there. You can see the skin under the makeup along the hairline. It's very, very good. And again, I have no complaints. I have zero. I mean, I just don't. I have zero complaints. I really, really like this piece a lot. I think it is creepy and terrifying looking. Let me kind of show you the back here so you can see the kind of the side profile. And the hair again. And again, I just love those real strands. I mean, that's just so neat. And it just adds another level of realism. Obviously, the back of the coat, there's not going to be much to it. But again, it just has that great kind of plushy feel. So again, I feel like that is very accurate to the movie. And kind of the back side here again. So let me kind of zoom back again here and show you what that looks like. Why so serious? I mean, come on, that's just, it's so good. So I can see, you know, again, where, you know, people, you know, they saw those initial photos and everybody panicked. And I'm here to tell you guys, in person, in hand, this is one of the coolest Jokers I've ever seen. Like, I really like this one a lot. This one's staying in my collection. I can't wait to pair this up with the bust. And again, I'm just here to tell you, again, you know, this is coming from my heart, my sincerity here. This is a really cool piece, and I really love it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it's finally here. I'm not happy with how much I had to pay. I mean, this is basically, you know, a $2,000 statue at this point because of the shipping and the import fees. But gosh, I love this thing, and I love the head sculpt. But I am excited to see the bust too. I'm excited to see which one I like better. But I'm so glad because I was going to cancel this, guys. I was going to cancel it, but I'm really glad I didn't. I'm really glad I kept the pre-order. And I think it's really awesome. Okay, I do want to show you the machine gun swap out, so we'll do that next. Alright guys, so here is the machine gun look here. Very, very cool. Again, it's just an alternative to the knife. I will say that these magnets here in these hands, on this side at least, is not the strongest. They hold fine, but they're not like that super strong magnet. So just be aware of that, although it is kind of, I think, a lighter material. The gun is very, very light, and the hands are very light. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But again, let me kind of spin this around. Again, and just kind of show you what it looks like with the gun. I think I do prefer the knife just a little bit better, but it still looks really cool, right? Alright, so let me go ahead and we'll get some measurements for you guys, and we'll do that right now. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and measure this puppy now. It's kind of a square base, and it's a big, tall base as well, so we do have to kind of take that into a grain of salt here. So it's about 13 inches this way, and I guess you could say that that's kind of the length. The issue is the corner of this is really the front, so it's kind of at a weird angle. So about 13 inches there, but if we spin it to the side, That's about 11 inches. So again, you just have to kind of figure out how you're going to display it, whether you want to kind of display it kind of at a weird cockeyed angle. But again, it's really pretty tall in terms of the base itself. Let's look at the height of the whole statue. And let's see, I'm going to say it's about 29.5 inches tall. So again, it is a pretty sizable statue in terms of height. And the base is fairly big. It's kind of like, I don't know, I don't think it's as big as like the Huntress base, but it's definitely a little bit bigger than an Arkham base. So it's somewhere in between. So you're going to need a little bit of room, and you're going to need a little bit of depth and a little bit of height as well. Alright guys, so I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you guys think of the 1/3 scale Heath Ledger Joker from Prime 1 Studio? Is it a big hit for you? Does this video say, you know what Chris, your video proved that I'm glad I canceled it? Or has this video helped you say, hey, you know what Chris, this looks fantastic. I'm so glad that I kept my pre-order. I'm going to keep my pre-order. I do want to know your thoughts down below if this video has helped you at all, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you my God honest opinion, and I absolutely love this, guys. Now, let's talk a little bit about the price point. I paid a lot of money for this. I paid over $2,000. Is it worth that? Is it worth $2,000? Me personally, I think not quite. I think it is close to that price point. I think this was like $1,600. I think maybe $1,300 would have been a little bit more fair. But whenever you add all the shipping and the import fees and everything else, that is way too much money for me, in my opinion. Would I still pay it though? Yes, and I did. I'm so glad I got this, guys. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love this statue. I'm glad it's part of my collection. I can't imagine my collection already without it. And so that says a lot to me. And I'm so glad I didn't panic. I'm so glad that I didn't cancel. And, you know, if you did, and don't feel bad about that. You know, it's human nature to want to get rid of a pre-order if we think it's going to suck, right? But I'm here to tell you guys, you have nothing to fear. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm so glad that it's part of my collection, and I think you would be really happy with it in your collection as well. But again, I do want to turn it over to you guys. What do you think? Do you feel like it's worth the cost? Do you feel like it turned out better than you were expecting because of reviews like this one or other reviews you've seen on YouTube? Again, I feel like that really helps to be able to see it in collectors' hands, not just photographs. Wait till you see these videos, guys. Be patient, and hopefully we can help steer you in the right direction, whether a piece is going to suck and don't buy it, or you absolutely should. And in my opinion, you have nothing to fear with this piece. I think it looks fantastic. Is it prototype quality? It's not. It is not 100%, but I still feel like it's close. I still feel like it's very, very close here. The paint applications could have been better, but you have to understand once again that this was painted by somebody in a factory that does thousands of these, okay? Not a trained professional painter that does one. So we knew going in again that this was not going to be perfect, but I still am in love with it. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I cannot wait to see the bust. That's going to be awesome, right? And so the bust has not shipped yet. Hopefully it'll ship soon, but I can't wait to see what it looks like, because again, I know not everybody likes the smiling portrait, but I really like this one. Will I like the other one better? I don't know. But for right now, I think that this statue is a big, giant home run for me. Out of 10, guys, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's a very glowing rating for me. I'm very, very sold on this piece. I think it's very, very fantastic. The hair, the tailoring, the base, storytelling elements, the money, it all works. It's all fantastic, and it all captures a whole bunch of different scenes from The Dark Knight. And again, I am sold on this piece. Hopefully that helps you make your decision, but I absolutely love it. So thank you guys very much for tuning in today. I absolutely appreciate it and love you guys so very much. And again, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, click that notification bell. Make sure you choose all. Also, click the join button down below for early access to our videos and become part of the Brotherhood of the Bat here on YouTube with our special membership. And just again, thank you guys so very much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk about this Joker. Again, my favorite character, but I am so glad that I got this. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you soon in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Oh, one other thing. I forgot. I'm going to also be doing a compare and contrast video with this guy and the Queen Studios Joker, so stay tuned. That'll be coming up soon.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.